That movie is a shit show. What you think you see, what you think you hear, that's what it's about. It's all a theater of the mind. No, it's garbage. It's garbage. Mood and atmosphere. Now that I really like. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has finally come. The final crowdfunding campaign crowdfunding stream for Billy 2 is here. It is Wednesday, June the 28th, 2023, 6:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's been a long road, folks. It's been a long road, but we have done it together. And, yeah, we've done it together. Pretty incredible stuff. Love that track. One more time. One more time. Let's do it one more time. One more time! It's hard to believe, yes, that we are coming to a close. The campaign will officially end on Friday. We are 2 days away from it all, well, from the campaign coming to its end and then moving into InDemand on July the 1st. But this is it. It's been an incredible 2 months, what we've been able to do here. We will officially move into pre-production. Wheels are already in motion. Behind the scenes and everything that's going on and that's happening. Let's play this track. This is a good one too. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is doing well. Wait, no super chats came in yet, right? I don't think so. I think it's still too early. Hope everybody is doing well. We are some nice tracks here. I forgot about some of these tracks. These are some good ones. These are some good ones, ladies and gentlemen. And then, of course, there's always... Woo! Let's do it. Let's do it. The last stream. Let's get those numbers up. This is the last stream, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get those numbers up. The last crowdfunding stream, what a 2 months it has been. One more time! Bum bing bum ba boom ba ba boom ba bum bum bing bum ba boom. Hard to believe, yeah. The campaign, unbelievable. We reached our target goal of 120,000 Canadian dollars. We've now exceeded that, and we're in stretch goal territory right now. The campaign still has 2 days left. 2 days left. If you've been thinking about it, and if you've been sitting on it, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to do it, ladies and gentlemen. One more time! Oh, I thought that already was one more time. Fine, 2 more times. But very exciting. This is it. This is it. Come July 1st, it's officially in pre-production, officially in demand. Yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope you are all doing well. Hope everybody is having a great evening. It is Wednesday, June the 28th, 2023. This is the final campaign crowdfunding stream for It's Me Billy Chapter 2. Much to the joy, I'm sure, of many people out there that don't give a fuck about It's Me Billy or Black Christmas or what I'm doing, and are probably tuning in going, oh, thank God. Thank God, I'm so sick of it. That's all he talks about all day, every day. It's just nothing but Billy. 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 It's just all it is. Well, you'll be happy to know that these streams are coming to a close. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm never going to ever talk about it ever again on the channel, but obviously the crowdfunding campaign will come to a close on Friday. It will move into demand on Saturday. Pre-production, even though we've sort of started a few little things already, pre-production officially begins on July the 1st. Bruce is coming over here tomorrow night. We have a producers meeting tomorrow night to finalize some things, just some paperwork and some things going on behind the scenes. And so, yeah, it's really, really cool what has happened here and what is going on. So when I take a look at the campaign, this is where we're sitting, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we are sitting right now. 130,003 Canadian Billy Bucks, 1,093 backers, 108%, 2 days left. 2 days left. So I'm going to say it's going to be about 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, June 30th is when the campaign will close and move into InDemand. So I'm sitting here. This is the last stream I'm going to be doing. I would love to see, you know what? At the high end, I'd love to see this get to 135 tonight. I don't know if that's possible. You never know with these types of streams. On the low end, I absolutely think 132 is possible. 100%. I believe 132 is absolutely within reach. 132 would be 110%. So that's, you know, a nice round number right there, 110%, 132,000. That's a really great sort of number. If we could hit 135, again, that would be outstanding. Some people ask me, what is your stretch goal? The stretch goal was 140. I believe it is unlikely that we will get to 140 between now and Friday, but that's okay. I do think 135 is definitely within reach. I mean, 140 is certainly within reach too, but that might take a nuclear bomb. That might take an executive producer perk, or it might take the rest of the associate producer perks to go as well, and there are still 4 of those available. There's 4 executive producer perks available, 4 associate producer perks available, and that could be the case there. But nonetheless, yes, this is the last crowdfunding stream I will be doing. Not the last stream I'll be doing, not the last time I'll be talking about it, obviously, but in terms of these kinds of streams and Q&As and shows. Can you hear that? Gardening going on next door. This is going to be the last sort of this kind of thing that we are doing here. So, yeah, I mean, let's see how far we can get it up. Again, if you've been sitting on this, if you've been humming and hawing about it, should I, shouldn't I, shouldn't I, should I? You should. And now's your chance to do it and help out the campaign. Again, if you've already picked up perks and you don't want another Blu-ray or another t-shirt or another this, that, and the other, you don't have to. You can scroll to the end of the perks and you can just donate. Donate $20, $30, $5, whatever the case is. Every little bit helps as well. So we'll see what happens tonight, of course, but it's going to be fascinating to see where we land. I do believe that we can at least get, again, as I've said, the bottom tonight. I would love to get to 132. That's 110%. That's 132,000. That's a nice sort of round number there. And that would be great to get to. The top end, I'm thinking, is 135 possible? It absolutely is possible when you look at, now mind you also too, we've reached our goal. The excitement has died down. The novelty has worn off a little bit. There's people out there that are like, well, I don't need to tune in. I don't need to donate. He's already, reached his goal. That's just human nature. That's how people act. Of course, they don't really understand sort of why the extra cushion is vitally important as well. And that's totally understandable. So, but looking at the trajectory and the patterns of past streams, there was a stream where we reached 11,000. There were two streams where we reached 9,000 and 8,000. There was a stream where we reached 7,000. So it's entirely possible to reach 5,000 in a stream. But of course, those were streams in the initial build up to that 120,000. So I think that, again, because the novelty is worn off, the excitement has died down. People are kind of checking out a little bit because they're kind of like, yeah, I don't need this anymore. It's, whatever the case is. I understand that it's human nature. And that's why I say, but I do think 132 is definitely within reach tonight. I fully believe that. It's only 2,000 away. And like I said, that would be a nice sort of round, nice number. And then we'll see where we land by the end of Friday. Maybe if we could get to 132 tonight, we could get to 133 just on its own by Friday. Who knows, right? Who knows? But we'll see. We shall definitely see what happens. So yeah, folks, every little bit helps, ladies and gentlemen. Every little bit helps. Hey, look at that. We've gone up already. Amazing. We've gone up already. Absolutely incredible. Let me see here. That's 1,094 backers. Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. 1,094 backers. Let's see here what we've got going on. Who was this? It was PJ Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. PJ Wilson. Amazing. PJ Wilson stepping up, donating 200 Canadian dollars. Thank you, PJ. Really appreciate that very, very, very much. Amazing. And Bruce did tell me about the exchange, by the way. So you know what I'm talking about. Really cool, really awesome. Thank you for that as well, by the way. And again, you've been such a great contributor and a great supporter here to the campaign and to the channel, and really, really appreciate that very much. So PJ gets the ball rolling, ladies and gentlemen. PJ gets the ball rolling. 130,203. Yeah, I mean, listen, I have no doubt we can get to 1,100 backers for sure, maybe even 1,125 or 30 by the end of the stream tonight. I think that's entirely possible. 2 days left in the campaign, 108%. Again, 110% would be 132,000 Canadian. I think it's possible by the end of the stream, but we shall see, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. Now, speaking of PJ, a super chat comes in, a very generous super chat of $20. Thank you, PJ, and says, congratulations, Dave. Almost there. You're going to need a big nap July 1st, I think. Okay, I'll start tonight's Moneyball rolling with a little something. Again, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that, man. And yeah, no, it's been a lot of hustle, a lot of just a lot of hustle, we didn't know, you never do know when you are crowdfunding, right? You never really know what the response is, what the response is going to be. But I said to Bruce, I said, look, I'm going to come hell or high water. I'm not going to let this thing just, I'm going to do everything that I possibly can to drum up as much support and excitement for the project as we can. I mean, when you have Olivia Hussey on board and Lynn Griffin back, and it's an opportunity that if the movie was not going to happen, it wasn't not going to happen because we just sat around on our asses and just expected people to just kind of find the campaign, right? We were going to go down fighting if it wasn't going to happen. And thankfully, it is going to happen thanks to people like you. And it's very exciting. It's very exciting. And but you're right. I actually checked. I don't know. Hang on a sec. Let me double check while I have everybody here, because this is actually kind of fun. I have... because I created a playlist a couple of weeks ago where all the crowdfunding live streams, where I put all the crowdfunding live streams. So let me just see here. Okay, here we are. Let me just go over here. Pause. Whoops. Hang on a sec. Pause that. Oh, hang on a sec. Okay, so, all right. Let me just see here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hang on. That's it. 24. Okay, so this right now, unless there's one or two maybe that I forgot to put into the playlist, but I don't think so. This right now is the 24th live stream I've done in the last 2 months. And actually I've done more than that, because I also did, I think, a stream with Cecil Laird as well, of the horror show, talking Dylan's New Nightmare, which doesn't have anything to do with this. But anyway, this is the 24th right now. This is the 24th crowdfunding stream. And I don't know. I mean, I'm seeing 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours. I would bet that if you were to average it out, it's probably an average of 2.5 hours a stream. There's a lot of streams I went 3 hours. There's one stream I went nearly it was like 3.5 hours. Some 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I'm probably averaging about 2.5 to 3 hours a stream. So, you times that by 24. I mean, you're up at around maybe 60 hours or something like that. I mean, that's like, that's like 2.5 days of just streaming, crowdfunding, hyping, getting everybody excited. It's incredible, but I want this thing to happen. And again, I know that it's been Billy all the time. And I have no doubt that there are people that are like, oh my God, he's still posting out, and still talking about it. But this is what you have to do when you're not backed by a studio or the money's not already there. If you don't drum up the, excitement, if you don't drum up the support, no one will. And so we knew we had to do that. And it's Black Christmas. It doesn't sell itself. It's an incredibly important horror film, of course. We just came off It's Me, Billy, which was very well received, and that's great, but it's still Black Christmas. It's not the low-hanging fruit. It's not Freddy or Jason or Michael or Chucky or Ghostface. It's not going to sell itself. It's something that is very niche. And so, yeah, you got to work your ass off and get out there and promote and post and, keep the algorithms happy and let people know. And that's what we've done. And so, yes, maybe I'm sure there's somebody out there that we were, annoying to, but hey, I make no apologies, because we did it. We did it. So it worked. I mean, it would be one thing if I was doing all this, this campaigning and, we only raised $10,000 or something. Well, but it worked. It worked, and we're out there. And it's very much like politics, in a lot of ways. You have to drum up excitement, drum up support for your, from your base. You got to get out there, get on the campaign trail, travel across the country. You got to, speak to people. It's very similar. You have to do that. And I think that, we were very successful, and then some. So very, very exciting indeed. Very exciting indeed. Another super chat comes in from, I always get this name wrong. I don't know. Atrocitus, I think is what it is. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. Atrocities. Sends in $10. Thank you, buddy. Says, congrats, and hope IMB2 takes you to the stratosphere. Well, you never know. You never know who's watching. You never know what people are going to think. Like I said, I mean, It's Me, Billy Chapter 1 opened a door for myself and Bruce. We were able to speak to a producer who worked for a studio, and that door is still open. And so Bruce and I just decided to finish the story, so we have a finished narrative piece, and continue to sort of, pad our portfolio and gain that experience and things like that. Because again, I mean, I've spent a long time in the entertainment industry, but this is my first time. Well, not this time. It's Me, Billy, was my first time really stepping into it on the filmmaking side, something I've always wanted to do, like really taking it seriously, working with, professional actors and crew and gear and, going about it the official way. And it was great. I learned a lot. It was awesome. I was able to implement what I already knew, but I learned a lot at the same time. And so it's exciting, and you never know where these things are going to go. You never know what's going to happen. So it's nice, because like I said, I've spent 22 years in the entertainment industry. This is my 18. This is my 18th year as a professional voice actor. I just started a new series, by the way, called Lana Longbeard. And really cute series. I believe it's going to be CBC here in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. And I know Warner Brothers Discovery has distribution in certain parts of Europe, but it's still very early. They're still seeking, it's still very early, but I do know that I think those are some of the players, which is awesome. And so, it's called Lana Longbeard, and I play this really quirky little character called Helmut Hugo. And we shot the first two, it's my filmmaking brain. We recorded the first 2 episodes yesterday, and it's great because I get to do it from my home studio here, which is amazing. Sometimes you go into the studios downtown Toronto, and sometimes if you are set up to do so, you can record from home. So I got to record from home, which is awesome. And working with Dee Shipley, who's one of Toronto's top animation casting directors. She's a blast. I also work with her on another series called Luna Chip and Inky, where I play a porcupine called Mr. Crumple, which is a lot of fun. So Dee's fantastic. The writing is really good. The character is really good. And so that just began too. So, and so I'm still doing my, my voiceover thing, my voice acting thing, still doing that, of course. But when I hit my 40s, I was like, I really want to make a go at this film thing. I mean, that's my first passion. That's my first love ever since I was a little kid, right? So it's really cool to be able to, it's really cool that we're able to do this. I mean, without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. You guys are giving myself and Bruce and everybody involved this opportunity to be able to complete this vision, this story, create something really special and really cool. And like, you say, you never know. You never know who's watching. You never know where it's going to go. You never know who's going to be like, because that's what happened with chapter 1, right? This looks like a fucking $1 million movie. It was 60,000. Who are these guys? I want to talk to these guys. You know what I mean? So very exciting, very exciting. And you never know unless you try, right? You never know unless you try. And you guys have made it possible, which is really, really, really cool. It's very cool. Okay, well, I think those are the only 2 super chats, right? If I'm not mistaken. By the way, the link to the campaign is at the top of the chat room if you want to help out. We do have another donation or I don't know if it's a donation, but another, no, it's Dress to Impress. It's Haley Costal. Haley Costal. Coastal? I think it's Costal. Thank you, Haley. Really appreciate that. Picked up a t-shirt. Amazing. Amazing. Love it. Thank you, Haley. Really, really appreciate that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, we are inching. We're on our way now to 131. I mean, folks, we got to get to 131. We got to get to at least 131 tonight. I mean, 31, October 31st, 31, Halloween. You're all Halloween fans. We got to get to 31 tonight. This is the final campaigning, like the final campaign stream for It's Me, Billy Chapter 2. Again, it's not the, Of course, I'll continue to talk about it when there's stuff to talk about, of course, when there's new updates and all that kind of stuff. But this is sort of, the campaign's coming to an end. And then it goes into In Demand, which is amazing. So this is it, folks. This is it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Like I said, I want to get this to 132 tonight on the bottom end. The top end, oh man, I would love to see 135. But that's probably going to come down to, if there's people waiting in the wings to like that last moment, those last, few days to pick up that associate producer perk or that executive producer perk or, a bunch of perks or, whatever the case is, I don't know. But I definitely believe we can hit 132 tonight, make it 110%. I think that's totally doable for sure. Haley, hey, speaking of Haley, there you are, sends in $1.99 and says, me with the shirt, boyfriend with the double blue, we're ready. Yes, love it, love it. You've got the t-shirt, the boyfriend's got the double blue, you are ready. So every Christmas now, you guys are gonna sit down, you're gonna watch Black Christmas, you're gonna watch It's Me, Billy Chapter 1, you're gonna watch It's Me, Billy Chapter 2. It's a way to do it. It's a way to do it, folks. It's a way to do it. Bobby's brother says, Dave, we're living this dream with you. Thanks for doing it all. Hey, appreciate it, man. Really, really do. Like I said, we couldn't do it without you. It's not hyperbolic. I mean, it just is the truth. And I'm going to make a social media post probably at the end of the week or on Friday or something like that, just to kind of make an official sort of thank you to everybody and all that kind of stuff. But for those of you that are here, like, yeah, again, thank you for being patient with me for these last 2 months. I did try to warn everybody leading up to the campaign that, once the campaign, because I knew that it was really special and who we had on board and how much money we had to raise, I knew it was going to be, a big thing, right? You know what I mean? And so I really do appreciate each and every one of you who have been very patient and understanding and just kind of, yeah, I totally get why this is, happening right now. Just really appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a lot. We will get back to a regularly scheduled program next month for sure. And next month is really cool too, because I fly to Phoenix in 10 days. In 9 days. I fly to Phoenix in 9 days for the advanced premiere of Dylan's New Nightmare at Mad Monster. So that's really cool too. So that'll be stuff I'll get to talk about. That's awesome. By the way, I think Dylan's New Nightmare is premiering online in late August, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in and around there. So although the advanced premiere is happening at Mad Monster next month, it's not being uploaded to YouTube simultaneously. This is just like an advanced screening kind of thing. It will be available for everybody on YouTube, I think, in late August, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Have I got all the super chats? I think I do. I don't think I'm missing any. I think I've got them all, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've got them all. Oh, that's the wrong one. Do that. Put that away. Close that. Go there. Okay, I just had too many tabs open. Too many tabs, ladies and gentlemen. Too many tabs. Let me scroll back. Let me see. I don't think I've missed anything. I can hear the birds outside. I love that. I love hearing the birds in the evenings. I also like the doves. When I was a kid, I used to think they were owls because of the part. I love evening doves. Morning doves are great too, but evening doves, the ones you hear in the evenings when it gets to like twilight. Oh, it's so pretty, so peaceful and calming. And it reminds me of being a kid. Okay, scrolling down here. Brooke Scarlett says, definitely going to miss these streams, Dave. So happy for you and Bruce. Yeah, I am too, I mean, they've been fun. I mean, I'm still going to continue to do live streams, of course, but I'm going to get back to more of, I'll try to get back to more of the McRae Lives. Two Dudes is going to return in July as well. Not sure what date yet. I got to reach out to Tony and find out, but the plan is to bring Two Dudes back in July. So that's exciting, of course. So, for those of you that have been waiting desperately, because I think we've been on hiatus since April, I think. Two Dudes and Some Bullshit will return Monday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not necessarily this Monday, but it will be, because this Monday is the 4th of July, I think, right? No, the 4th of July is Tuesday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But I think you probably still have a holiday on the Monday, right? Anyway, yeah, so that's going to come back. Some McCrae Lives will come back. I'm looking forward to just uploading videos as well about stuff I'm passionate about, you know. I'm going to want to talk about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, you know. So yeah, like you'll notice things are starting to sort of get back to normal a little bit, which is great, Chester Franklin Jr. says, Dave, I asked this before you came on. My name will only be in the end credits. I was gifted the end credits perk from the last stream. I won't have anything shipped to me. Just asking, still tears of joy. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, no. You were gifted the end credits perk, which just means your name gets into the end credits. It doesn't come with anything. So no, you will not have anything shipped to you or anything sent to you digitally. Scrolling down. Where Nomad has gone before sends in $10. Says, I just donated 20. My name is Greg. Come on, everybody, match it. Yeah, come on, everybody. We got 1,097. Ooh, we're going up. I'm loving it. Look at that. 1,097, 130,382, ladies and gentlemen. 130,382. Yes. So we got Haley's got the t-shirt. Robert Wild picked up the double blue. And then David, of course, David Simsevic, is that how you say that? Simisevic, got his name in the end credits, picked up the end credits perk. Thank you so much to David, to Robert, to Haley, and of course to PJ, who got things kicked off at 200 smackers. So we're less than 600. No, we're just over $600 away now from 131. Let's get it to 132 tonight, folks. Let's get it to 132. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody out there is feeling pretty crazy to drop a bomb, I'm just saying, if you want to drop a couple. Lee Bowers, ladies and gentlemen, has changed his name to Lee the Machine Bowers. Lee the Machine Bowers. For those of you that may not know why, Lee, of course, has been just an outstanding, extremely generous supporter here on the campaign. He has stepped up in some pretty big ways. So I called him the Machine, and now it's stuck. Lee the Machine Bowers says, hey Dave, sorry for the noise. I'll keep my gardening down. Is that you out there? Holy shit. I thought that kind of sounded like your lawnmower. Andrew Stevens, one of my great mods here. Andrew Stevens says, gotta click on it quick so I can remove it. Gotta prevent spams. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, how do you... I know that YouTube will sometimes prevent... I think maybe only the only one that can put links into the chat is the actual channel, like me, the owner of the channel, if I'm not mistaken. There might be a way to actually let others do it as well, which would be great. But yeah. Spitz says, Dave, what's your favorite beverage? Chocolate milk. Chocolate milk is my favorite beverage, hands down, for sure. No questions asked. Matthew Farisi sends in $9.99. Thank you, Matthew. Says, watched Hereditary last night. Great movie. I loved when Annie is sawing her head off. And Peter jumps out the window. You can hear her head come off and hit the attic floor. I love that movie. Yeah, I gotta watch Hereditary again because I know the scene you're talking about now, but I can't quite remember those details. But Hereditary is great. Oh yeah, it is. For sure. Yeah, I really like that movie a lot. And by the way, congrats on IMDb too. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're very excited. 2 more days left in the campaign, folks. 2 more days left in the campaign. This is the final campaign stream. I will not be live tomorrow, and I will not be live on Friday. So, now I'll probably post something on social media, but I'm not going to be live on the channel tomorrow. So this is it. This is exciting stuff. Let's run up the score, shall we? Let's run up that score. 130,382. Every little bit helps. I mean, as indie filmmakers, to have that cushion is going to be really great. We're sitting at 1,097 backers. There's no doubt we can get to 1,100 for sure. And the goal tonight, in case you're just tuning in, the minimum goal I'd love to get to is 132,000. That would be 110%. That's a nice round number. So again, anything, if you've been waiting, if you've been sitting on this, humming and hawing, do I get a t-shirt? No, I'll just wait till the end of the campaign. There's lots of time. There's now only 2 days left. There's 2 days left before the campaign closes and then goes into demand. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Well, there's not 2 days left, Dave, because the campaign's going to go into demand. Well, yes, technically that is true. But what's important about this initial funding campaign is what's going to happen is that everything that's raised right now, Bruce and I are going to get immediately, right? The in-demand stuff is sent to us over the course of once a month, right? So what's really important about the initial crowdfunding, the initial sort of funds that are raised, is that's the disbursement. That's what gets dispersed to you. And so now we have that right up front to deal with. And it's always great to have those funds right up front to deal with, right? But yes, technically that is true. If you wanted to buy your t-shirt or Blu-ray in July or August, you absolutely could do that as well. But the reason why a lot of campaigns push so hard right up till the very end is because there's never any guarantees, right? We don't know who's going to come along in July or August, if anybody. We don't know, right? That's why a lot of the times, filmmakers will add new perks, which we can do as well, right? There might be some interesting new perks we might add to drum up sort of some interest as well, right? Sometimes you have to do that because obviously, you've sort of exhausted, you've hit your ceiling in terms of interest with people who go to the campaign and, see what's there now. But everybody will tell you, you ride this thing right to the very end. You ride it to the very end. You would do the same thing. If you were in my position, you would be riding this thing right across the finish line. You don't let up. You keep that pace and you just cross the finish line, right? Because every little bit that we're going to get right up front in that first deposit, which we will now have in the business account, is very important. So that is technically why, because there's no guarantees on what's going to happen in the months to come, right? So you got ride it right across that finish line, You see, Lee the Machine Bowers, he knows where it's at. He says we are at 98,336 in the US. Guys, let's get to 100,000 US. Let's get to 100,000 US tonight. What would that be, by the way? Let me just see here. What would that be? This might be an approximate, but 100,000 US would be about 132,556 Canadian. So just over 2,000 away. But I think it's absolutely possible. I think it is absolutely possible to do. 100%. I believe that. Sal Wayne's Night, or Sam Hain's Night, but of course the correct pronunciation is Sal Wayne, sends in $5, says, Dave, do you guys up there get tree frogs during the summer, especially at night after rain? It's so relaxing. You mean like the, well, I think it would depend. That's not the spring peepers, right? The ones you hear in the springtime. You're talking about the spring. Well, no, because it doesn't necessarily have to rain after that. I would say yes, absolutely we do. It would depend on where you are. I mean, obviously not necessarily right downtown, in the city, in the concrete jungle, but certainly maybe in the burbs or, out, in the country. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You hear frogs or, you'll hear, you'll hear all kinds of nature. For sure. Absolutely. I would say yes, absolutely. Absolutely. People are telling people. Oh, whoa, hang on. People are telling me to refresh. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. People are telling me to refresh. What is going on? Hang on a sec, ladies and gentlemen. Calm your hormones. Here we go. We are now sitting at Hang on a sec. What is that? 1,099. Oh, 1,099 backers. 131,922. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Something just happened. I don't know. Somebody must have been sitting on something, waiting, biding their time. They thought, no, fuck it. We're going to do it tonight. There it is. 131,922. What has just happened? Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. 2 days left. Did you see that? What is going on? It's absolutely incredible. What just happened? There's something that just happened. I don't know. Did you see it? Wasn't an associate producer. We're going to have to check it out. I got to check it out. Billy. Billy. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Holy snap and crap. We got to check this out. $131,922. We are now less than $100 away from the minimum that I wanted to reach tonight, and we're only 41 minutes into the stream. 1,099 backers, 2 days left. We're now at 109,000. Let me just see who this was here, folks. Let's just see who this was. And what is going down, what is happening. Okay, we have incredible. Big shout out to Timothy. I'm gonna butcher your last name. Is it Fournier? The R. Is it French? Maybe Fournier. Fournier. Anyways, Timothy. We'll get it figured out. I'll get it figured out. Timothy has become an associate producer on It's Me Billy Chapter 2. Gigantic shout out to Timothy, or maybe you want to be called Tim, I'm not sure. But shout out to Timothy. Thank you so much, dude. Sincerely, amazing. You are an official associate producer on It's Me Billy Chapter 2. You are a part of, well, I mean, you all are a part, but you are an associate producer in helping to create Black Christmas and horror history. Unbelievable. Wow. Incredible. And then Matthew Farisi just donated $20. Amazing. Thank you, Matthew. Really, really appreciate that. And Teresa picked up Dave McCrae autograph number 2. Well, listen, Teresa, I think that might be the mood and atmosphere autograph, but the tea is sweet tonight might have to be written somewhere on there. I mean, I don't think, it just would be crazy if I didn't do that. Amazing. Shout out, Timothy. Incredible. I don't know if Tim, can I call you Tim? I don't know if Timothy was sitting on this and waiting and just kind of biding his time and kind of like, nah, I'm just going to wait till I want to come in at like that 3-pointer. Timothy just dropped that 3-pointer right there. That's what he did. Incredible. Now, again, I only say this not to sound like, sound condescending or anything, but I trust, again, that everybody that is donating in these last days here, let's hold on to this. Let's we're doing it because we are able to do it. We can, because the last thing we want right now is any refunds in the last 2 days here. So I only say that because obviously there were some issues in the past with certain people getting excited and maybe overexcited and their heart was in the right place, but they unfortunately had to refund quite a bit, and because they shouldn't have been doing it, But I only say that because. But I trust that Timothy, he knows what he's doing. He's like, nah, Dave, I know what I'm doing. I'm fucking there, man. Let's do this. Let's do it together. Let's make it happen. He stepped up to the plate. He shot that 3-pointer. Swish, 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 baby. And there it is. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Is Tim is he in the chat room or maybe not? Sometimes people are just, they're viewers from afar and they watch from afar and that's it. Sometimes that happens too. And that's totally cool as well. But I'm just curious if Tim is in the chat. Maybe he's got an alias. I'm not sure. But Tim, again, if you're watching, dude, sincerely, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Great to have you on board. Great to have you on board. Oh, hang on a sec. People are telling me to do it again. What is going on? I'm hitting refresh here, folks. 1,010. Yes! 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 132,387! 110%! Yes! Yes, we did it! Not even an hour into the stream and we've done it! 1,101 backers! 2 days left! 2 days left! We are padding that lead! Padding that lead before the campaign closes! Making sure we're guaranteed these funds. That's why it's so important to take it right to the very end, so we're guaranteed that disbursement right up front. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. 110%. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We're less than we're just over $600 away from 133,000. Absolutely incredible. Oh my God, my McCrazies are stepping up like it's nobody's business. Let's see what's going on here. We've got Lee Bowers, Lee the Machine Bowers, ladies and gentlemen, has donated $350. Incredible, Lee. Absolutely incredible. Hang on a sec. Hang on. There is that. Oh, hang on. Okay. Again, I think I was a little behind with the refresh and the shout outs. Incredible. Again, gigantic shout out to Timothy, who's become an associate producer. Amazing. There's still 3 associate producers left, by the way. Just saying, there's still 3. The associate producer perk was quite a hot item on It's Me Billy Chapter 1. All of them sold out. So for Chapter 2, Bruce and I doubled the quantity, and it's been proven to be a very hot ticket. There were 15 available, and now there's only 3 left. So just saying, there's still 3 of those available, and it's a good perk. Associate producer is a good perk. So that would be Lee Bowers, I think, has taken us over. Incredible. Lee the Machine Bowers has done it. There we are, 132,000. Incredible. And now, are we now at, Sebastian says we are 1,000 away from reaching 100,000 in the US. Well, we got to do it. We've got to hit 100,000 US. I mean, what are we waiting for here? I mean, this is the last campaign stream, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last crowdfunding campaign stream. I mean, this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Is 135 even possible? I mean, geez, if an executive producer were to come in now, holy shit, if an executive producer, again, please, only do it if you're able to. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, if an executive producer were to come in right now, we would be over 140. We would have reached insane, absolutely insane. But listen, we're here. There's 2 days left. There's still time. We're at 110%. Can we get this to 135? I believe we can, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we can. Oh, hang on a sec here. Somebody's saying 151 shy. So only 151. So not $1,000, $151 away from 100,000 US. $151 away from 100,000 US. Is that correct? I think I'm reading that. Yes, CM. Hey, speaking of executive producers, CM there in the chat is one of our executive producers on It's Me Billy Chapter 2. So gigantic shout out. Again, CM, I think you were the one. You were the catalyst because you were the one that took us from about 82,000, I think, to 90,000. And ever since we hit 90,000, there was it almost like, it was almost you were the one that sort of took us out of the lull. Now, with every campaign, as you guys know, with every campaign, there's always excitement right out of the gate, right? I think we raised like $18,000 in the first day, which is expected, right? But you need to have that strong start, especially when you're running a 60-day campaign, because there is that lull in the middle. And I knew there was going to be a lull, and we did hit that lull, by the way. But that was one of the reasons why I was doing these streams a few times a week, was because our goal was so big, I knew that I needed to keep that pace. We needed to keep that steady pace, even through the lull. And I think it was CM's contribution of executive producer that sort of just took us out of that lull. We were doing really well. We were on pace, but for whatever reason, as soon as we went from 82 to 90, it was like there was just new life that was, breathed into the campaign, was shot into the campaign. And then 100 was achieved relatively easily, and then 110 relatively easily, 120 relatively easy. You know what I'm saying? It was like there was just this new kind of thing. So again, shout out to CM, of course, who's one of our executive producers here, which is great. Oh my goodness, I'm being told to refresh again. What is happening? Let's check it out here, ladies and gentlemen. 1,003 backers. Whoa! 132,647. Unbelievable. We are inching closer to 133. Look at you, McCrazies. You guys are stepping up. Who was this? It was Evan Siren. Evan Siren steps up. My buddy, my man, Evan Siren. Yes. Evan Siren steps up and donates $200. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And Sean Johnson steps up and picks up the It's Me Billy 2 Blu-ray. Thank you, Sean. Really appreciate that. So big shout out to Evan and Sean. Thank you so much. You've gotten us up now to 132,647. Incredible. 1,103 backers. We are now knocking on 133,000. Holy shit. I listen, again, 135, is it within reach? It is, but I mean, I don't know. There's still 2 days left. Again, the campaign, unless I'm missing something, I believe the campaign will close and then move into InDemand. It will close at 4 p.m. roughly on Friday, and then I think it officially goes into demand on the Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, or on the Saturday, on July the 1st. I'm not sure if there's a little bit of like a down thing where you can't donate for like 12 hours or something while it's being put into it. I have no idea. So just remember that. Hey, incredible. We've done it. We've hit 100,000 US. Yes. All of you have done it. You're stepping up here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely incredible. My American brothers and sisters are saying 100,000, 100,045 US. And now we know what the exchange is. My goodness. The exchange, it's great when we Canadians take our American dollars back into Canada when we come back from vacation, because, we get more when we go to the bank and exchange it. But it really kills us when we go on vacation to the States, because it's like, I'll just take out $500 spending money. But $500 Canadian is really only about like, 390 US. And if you want 500 US, you really have to take out like, 750 Canadian. And it's like, oh God, you know what I mean? It's great for you guys in the States because your dollar goes much further up here. Not so great for us going to the States, but it's nice coming back. Yeah, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Okay, a couple super chats came in here. We got Flick Symmetry, my man, Flick Symmetry. Look at those biceps. Just pumping the iron right, those biceps, those 500-inch biceps. Can you imagine? Sends in $9.99. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. It says, it's me, Tim. Glad to help with the AB. Oh, it's you. It's you, dude. Incredible. Incredible. My man, Tim. I just know you as Flick Symmetry. Amazing, amazing. Thanks for the content over the years. I believe in you. Dude, yes, my man. Thank you so much. Flick Symmetry has been a great supporter here on the channel over the years. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're one of the OGs, dude. You know, you're one of the OGs. You've been here for a long time. You're a great supporter, you know, via super chats. You're a great contributor in the chat room and in the comment section. And that's awesome, dude. It's so wonderful to see this. Yeah, I just didn't know your name. Or maybe I did, but I had forgotten. But I thought, it's me, Tim. Amazing, amazing. Well, shout out to Tim. Thanks so much for coming on as an associate producer. It means the world, man. It really does. Like, to see this community of horror fans stepping up and supporting each other. Because again, it's not hyperbolic. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to blow smoke up anybody's ass. It's really true. Without all of you, we couldn't do this. You know, again, you know, as indie filmmakers, yes, there are other means of getting funding. There are grant programs and film programs and things like that. But when you don't own the intellectual property, sometimes there's certain rules and regulations around funding can be a bit tricky. That's why a lot of, you know, well, that's why all fan films really turn to crowdfunding. Now, we are, of course, shooting a professional production through and through from top to bottom. But again, because we don't own the IP, we got to put that label on it. But really, it's our only option. We have looked at other sort of avenues, but it's a bit tricky because of that one little caveat. So we couldn't do it without you. You know, so to see you guys stepping up in this way and just believing not just in the project, but in us, because I know, like chapter 1, I know that there are a lot of people that have donated to the campaign, that have picked up perks because they are genuinely excited for to see It's Me Billy chapter 2 because they love Black Christmas or they love It's Me Billy chapter 1. They want to 100%. There's lots of you guys out there too. But there's also a lot of you out there that are maybe not the biggest Black Christmas fan, you know, but you just believe in us. You really believe in us. You recognize how hard we're working and you're like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Let's give these guys some, you know, some backing. Let's make it happen. That is truly humbling. It's a moving experience. It really is. And to see this level of support is incredible. So Tim, again, thank you, man, for stepping up in that way. Really, really appreciate it. Great to have you on board, buddy. Great to have you on board. And then Josh McKenna. Hey, Josh. Great to see Josh, one of our great supporters here, sends in $9.99 and says, it's been fun being a part of the Indiegogo fund. Even though I will not be there physically, it's still cool to be involved on some level. 100%. 100%. I was just saying that, right? Like, yes, myself and Bruce and the crew and the team, you know, we are boots on the ground, right? We are the heart that pumps. You know, we are the, you know, without us, obviously the movie would not get made. But you guys are the blood. With that, you give us the opportunity, right? All of you, everybody, whether you're watching live right now, whether you're watching after the fact, you have all given us the opportunity to do this, right? So it's just as much your film, it's just as much your film as it is ours. 100%. It's from the fans for the fans. Literally. Literally. You know what I'm saying? There's no, you know, this isn't universal, blah. This is totally grassroots, ground, from the fans for the fans, you know, and it's really awesome to see, you know, and it's truly humbling. We didn't know if we were going to be able to, because we knew our production budget had doubled and we knew we wanted a little bit more for that extra cushion. We just didn't know. And now look at us. Look at where we are. Holy geez. Unreal. Robert Wild says, love you, Dave. You deserve it. I can't wait to see the movie. Thank you, Robert. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. And like I said, I mean, I'm not stopping live streams on the channel. I just mean the campaign funding live streams will now stop, obviously, because the campaign will be over and it's in demand. But things will kind of get back to normal on the channel. So for those of you that are kind of going, whew, thank God, you'll be happy to know that. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Absolutely incredible. Let me see here. Yeah, so hang on, let me refresh. We're sitting at 1,003 backers, 132,647. I believe we can get to 133. No doubt about it. Maybe even 134. I mean, it might be possible. I don't know. But there we are. There we are, 132,647, 1,103 backers, 2 days left in the in the campaign. Have I missed any super chats? I don't believe I have. I'm just scrolling over here to see if I have. I don't believe I have. Oh, hang on. No, Michael Dammit sends in $2. Thank you, Michael, and says 90% to go to 200%, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I mean, maybe over the next 6 months when things maybe trickle in or something like that, I don't think we're going to get to 200% between now and Friday afternoon. But I do think it's possible at this rate, knocking on 133,000. Not only do I think it's possible to get to 135 by Friday afternoon, I do think it's possible we could get close to 135 tonight, and therefore just let these next 2 days, maybe organically it will carry us over. Do you know what I mean? I mean, maybe that's what'll happen. I don't know. But I mean, truly remarkable what's happening here. Richie Rich says maybe somebody wants to buy the executive producer, name to be dropped or something like that. They just want to wait so that it goes on the credits or something. I'm not like big money now. I'm not talking about the 80,000, whatever it is. Maybe that person just wants to stay anonymous. Oh, it's entirely possible. That's well, you can also, yes, that is entirely possible. 100%. Well, we did, I mean, yes, it's 100% possible, for sure. And you never know what'll happen in the last 2 days of the campaign. There's still all day tomorrow, and there's still until 4 o'clock p.m., I believe anyway, until 4 o'clock p.m., because right now it's 2 days. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., it'll switch to 1 day left, and then that 1 day will come to an end at 4 p.m. on Friday. I don't think the 1 changes to 0. I think it'll just end. So I believe we have until Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, around there. So you never know. I mean, who knows? Maybe the next 3 associate producers will sell out. Maybe we'll get a nuclear bomb in the way of an executive producer again. You never know. You never know. But incredible stuff. Incredible to see here, folks. This is awesome. 132,647. That's what I like to see. Let's get it to 133. Come on. We can do it. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Do it. Do it now. Come on. 133. Even Arnold wants us to get to 133. Even Arnold wants us to get to 133. Hey, David, there's the last name that I'm trying to get. Simi-Civic. I think you said it to me one time and I totally farted on it. Anyway, hi, Dave. I'm looking forward to IMDb 2. Congratulations. Do you have a favorite decade for movies? Oh, you know what? I gotta listen. A favorite decade for movies is probably going to be the 80s. I was a young kid, a young boy who grew up through the 80s. And so, I was into all, the Goonies and Beverly Hills Cop and Indiana Jones and Back to the Future and Gremlins and, everything. I mean, all the 80s movies, Three Men and a Baby and, the vacation movies and Planes, Trades, Automobiles. And, it's just it's not just an amazing movie an amazing decade for movies. It's an amazing decade for entertainment, whether it's music, movies, video games, television shows. I mean, it just really was sort of the pinnacle of entertainment in a lot of ways. The 90s was good too, but the 90s you began to kind of start the downward trajectory, right? Because by the end of the 90s, of course, the internet was around and it just changed the world. The internet changed. I mean, the internet was around, but I mean, like, in terms of it being like in everybody's house, right? You know what I mean? It really was. I mean, we got the internet I think in the mid to late 90s. But it's not like everybody had it. And if you did have it, it was dial-up, you know. And but in the early 2000s, that's when, you know, it really started to kind of take off. And then, of course, social media and then, you know, Facebook and all that. So the 80s was just when it came to movies and television shows and music, and it was just, I don't know if there's like in terms of all three, you know, I mean, there's lots of great music from the 50s too and the 60s. Like every decade's got great music. But the 80s just felt like it all came to like this head. You know what I mean? So I'd probably do something like that. I'd probably say something like that. Let me see here. Ethan LeBlanc says, how much do we need to donate for Arnold to have a cameo? I would probably say maybe another $10 million. We might be able to get we might be able to get Arnold in a cameo maybe for that, although I'm not 100% sure, but maybe. Oh, folks, we're so close to 133. Can we get to 133? Can we do it? Oh, we're going up. 132,707. We are less than $300 away from 133, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who this was. Absolutely incredible. We've got Mike Strong. Mike Strong picked up the It's Me Billy Chapter 2 Blu-ray. Thank you to Mike Strong. Really appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much. You're going to love it, man. You're going to love it. It's going to be an awesome Blu-ray. You're going to have, you know, the movie on it, of course, the director's commentary, a BTS featurette, trailers, all that kind of stuff. And you get your name in the end credits, and you get the digital download package. I mean, that's a hell of a deal. It's a hell of a deal. A hell of a deal, if you ask me. Incredible. Lee the Machine Bowers. Love it. Says, where'd you go here? Yeah, a sec. I lost you. Where'd you go? There you are. Says, hey, Dave, will Sean Clark have a cameo peacocking? Peacocking. Sean is amazing. Sean is awesome. Yeah, Sean Clark is fantastic. He's a lot of fun to talk to. Sean and I have had, there's been times where and it usually revolves around Tony Moran. But there's been some times where Sean will call me and we'll just shoot the shit for like 3 hours. And, you know, we'll talk, you know, obviously we'll talk about other things, but, you know, we'll talk about Tony Moran and he'll tell me some crazy stuff that I swore to secrecy. But it's some crazy stuff. And yeah, Sean's a sweetheart. He's always been very kind to me and just seems like a really nice guy, knows his stuff, knows his horror stuff, right? You know, and just a really, you know, self-made in a lot of ways. I mean, he's come a long way, worked very hard to get into the position he's in. And he's just a fun guy to talk to in general. And of course, he's got that great podcast with Christopher Nelson, of course, The Thing with Two Heads, which is great. They can't upload as regularly as, say, Tony and I can for Two Dudes. But because they're obviously often doing so many things at the same time, but great podcast. And of course, because of Sean's position, you know, as just being in the horror community for so many years, but also having his business, Convention All Stars, which of course is the company he's, you know, a convention appearance agent, right? So he's got that access to a lot of these celebrities that he can have on as guests and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, he's taken advantage of it and it's proving to be hugely successful. And I watch his shit all the time. He's a great guy. He's a great guy to talk to. So yeah, shout out to Sean Clark. Yeah, the peacocking thing was what Tony Moran had accused Sean Clark of you know, bragging and being sort of pompous in front of the story was a complete lie. But yeah, it's this inside joke now that started with, well, I guess it kind of started with Sean and I, because it started with the Tony Moran video. And then it's become kind of this thing. So yeah, it's the peacock. He's peacocking. Because that's how Tony Moran said it. He was like, he's up there. He's peacocking. He's peacocking. Speaking of Tony Moran, where are we here? Speaking of Tony Moran.
So, do you guys see her tits?
It's one of my favorite sound bites on here. One of my favorite sound bites. Yeah, Tony Moran. He's an interesting fellow. Let me see here. Steve Ross says, are you going to be at any other convention singing, or is it signing, or is it, sorry, I thought it said singing, or is Mad Monster the only one? Well, right now, Mad Monster is the only one, because the reason I'm there is for Dylan's New Nightmare, right? So, I will be at Mad Monster, and, yeah, I'll be there, July 7th, 8th, and 9th, and, which is, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. The entire Dylan's New Nightmare crew will be there. So Mika will be there. Ron Sloan will be there, of course, of Friday the 13th Part 5 fame. And Vincent DeSanti will be there, of course. And I'll be there. And Cecil will be there. And everybody's going to be there. I think we're going to have like 5 tables all next to each other. And then, of course, the Friday night, I'm being put in the Freddy makeup. The Friday night at 11 is the advanced premiere. And then there's a Q&A afterwards. I think there might be even a photo opportunity with myself and Miko and maybe even Vince as Ghost Jason. I'm not sure. I'm not organizing it. I just kind of get the information when it comes to me. But I will be there Saturday and Sunday as well. Well, I'll be there all day Saturday, but I'll be there Sunday for about 3 hours. And then I got to leave because I got to go to the airport and catch the flight back home. So that's the only one. I mean, but it's because it's for Dylan's New Nightmare, right? You know what I mean? I mean, that's really why they're bringing me out. So, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. But I do have photos on the campaign, on the It's Me Billy Chapter 2 campaign. There are 3 photos I have that I will sign for you if you want to help the campaign in that way. And, you know, I could do that as well. So, that's an option too. So, but anyway, incredible stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now we're sitting at 1,105 backers. We haven't gone up. Hang on, there's a little bit of a delay, I think. There's a little bit of a delay. I think so. Let me just see here. AB James says, Dave, thoughts on Indiana Jones? Dial of Destiny's $295 million budget, not including marketing. Yeah, obviously the de-aging and all that, is incredibly expensive. I do think it's too expensive of a film. But it's not unprecedented, whether it's 255 or 250 million or 290 million. I mean, by that point, it's just kind of like, whatever, right? Yeah, I mean, it is very expensive, no doubt about it, which obviously makes it harder to, make your money back for sure. There it is. Yes. There it is, folks. 132,812. We are now less than $200 away from 133,000. Absolutely incredible. And that means we're only $2,000 away from 135. Jesus Christ. Who do we got going on here? We got Alex Ritchie. Yes, my man, Alex Ritchie. Picks up the double blue, both It's Me Billy Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 on Blu-ray. Yes, folks, if you've been sitting around wait until the end of the campaign, now is the time to do it, ladies and gentlemen. There are 2 days left in the campaign, really less than 2 days, because I believe it is only until 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. I think that's when the campaign will officially close. And then I'm not sure if there's a little bit of like a downtime, because it says the campaign goes into InDemand on July 1st. So I'm not sure if between 4 p.m. on Friday and like the next morning, if there's like a bit of, I'm not 100% sure, or if it's just right away and there's no, I assume it would be right away. Or maybe it's July 1st at 4 p.m. Maybe it is. Maybe it's July 1st at 4 p.m. I'm not sure, but it says 2 days, and 2 days from now would be Friday. So, you know, that's what I'm going with. Really cool though. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yeah, Steve says, I know everyone's going to be there. Reason I'm asking is because I can't be there for obvious reasons. Of course, 100%. I totally understand that, man. I totally understand that. I really, really, really do. Steve, do you have Facebook, Steve? Do you have Facebook or Instagram or something like that? Reach out to me privately if you do. Or maybe you already have. I'm not sure. Maybe you already have. I'm not sure. Evil Monsterism says, Dave thinks it's the original Halloween. I do? What's going on? I think what's the original Halloween? Robert Kitzmiller says, oh, Rob, that's like asking, I don't know, but damn, that's a hard one. Oh, somebody's asking a question? Robert Thidoff says, Dave, your communication skills are always top-notch and stellar. Thank you, Robert. Further, I think you would have been a great arbitrator or litigator because you state your case so clearly and respect all opinions. You know, it's funny you say that because I've often thought that. I've often thought that I would have made a good lawyer. You know, yeah, I think I would have if I was more disciplined with book smarts. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into that. A lot of studying, a lot of exams and things like that. And I think my brain and my mind is very, you know, I'm a dreamer. You know, I'm an entertainment guy. You know, I'm a host. I'm a game show host. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's like the perfect job for me. My girlfriend has often said that to me and said that, yeah, you like, you know, you're a great, like, you know, hosting, you know, radio host, game show host, you know, moderator host, you know, hosting, you know, dealing with the public, with people, hosting, you know, all that kind of stuff, talk show host, you know, and it's true. But I come from that kind of a family too, right? I mean, my dad was like that. My dad was a journalist, but he also was on TV. He was on the radio. My dad was a great host, you know, so it definitely runs in the family. So, I don't know if I would have had the discipline to be, to buckle down and really, you know, really do it. That's the only kind of problem. There's a lot of, I think it might have been, so much work. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. I think in terms of communication skills and being able to, you know, effectively communicate an argument, yeah, I think you're right. I do think I'm very good at that. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way. I say that just as I think it is a strength of mine that I recognize. We all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. And I definitely think that is one of my strengths. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how oh man, that would have been a lot of studying for sure. Hitting another refresh here to see where we are. We're still sitting at 132,812. We are less than $200 away from 133,000, ladies and gentlemen. 1,105 backers, 110%, 2 days left. And that's really because it's now past 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's really less than 2 days. Can we get to 135 tonight? I don't know. Robert Kitzmiller says The Ring is great too. Oh, The Ring, the horror movie The Ring? Yeah. Oh, I love The Ring. Love it. It's great. It's great. Yep, could not agree more. Evil Monsterism says he was asking what the best horror movie ever made was. Oh, well, I wouldn't say Halloween. What's the best horror movie ever made? Well, it depends what we're measuring, right? What is my favorite horror movie? Well, that's the original Halloween. But what's the best horror movie ever made? Ooh, geez, I don't know. I mean, I mean, you know, you could say Halloween, sure, but there's so many good horror movies, you know, Rear Window and you know, God, the original Exorcist is great. It all depends. It all depends. Yeah. What we're measuring, what we're sort of, it just depends. It just depends. But the original Halloween, I think, is a great horror movie. I think it's one of the greats for sure, for a variety of different reasons. And it's definitely my favorite. For sure. Where Nomad has gone before sends in $10. Thanks. Thank you. Says Tuesday, bought my Mad Monster ticket. I saw that there will be karaoke. Would you sing as Freddy? I would love to hear his rendition of Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You never know what might happen. You never know what you never say never, ladies and gentlemen. You never say never. You never say, I can't promise anything. I can't promise anything, but you never say never. You never say never. You never say never. All right, let me see. Have I got all the super chats? I believe I have. I don't think I'm missing any. I don't think anyway. No, I'm not. Okay, great. Great. Hitting another refresh just to see. We're still sitting at that 1,105 pockets. All right, it's all right. We're still there. Amazing is what I meant to say. Awesome, Steve. Thank you. Great. Cool. Let me scroll back here. JD is LA says, Dave has a very infectious personality. Well, thank you, JD. Not everybody thinks so. Just ask Reddit. I have the kind of personality that you either get it or you don't. You know what I mean? You get that I think there are people that, everybody jives with certain people. There are certain people that you jive with. There are certain people that you won't jive with. And, I hear my mouth. I've been accused of being pompous and arrogant and pretentious and, the best, the one that I love is when, there was this guy, I forget who it was, or maybe it was a couple of people. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was a troll. I don't know. But there was somebody that, not so much anymore. Maybe they're watching right now. I don't know. But they would, because they don't like me, they would take, when I say something like, again, this is where the lack of nuance exists, right? Like the war on nuance and people's inability to implement nuance is part of the reason why we have so many fights and everybody's angry, and because everything's just so black and white, right? So I remember when I would get called out for saying things like, when I would say something like, as somebody who's worked, for a long time in the industry and blah, 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 whatever the case is, right? They would take that and they would accuse me of trying to make myself seem bigger than I really am, right? And so because I use the words, I work in the industry. And it's funny because, number one, it's true. I do. I've spent 22 years in the entertainment industry. But what's funny about it is that they would accuse me of saying it in a way like, hey, listen, I work in the industry, okay? I know everything. That's how they would try to kind of paint me as saying it. And what's funny about it is that obviously that's not what I mean at all. And so the reason why I will sometimes preface a thought or a statement or an opinion with maybe sometimes saying that is because so the viewer who maybe their first time tuning in or whatever the case is knows that I'm coming from a place of being informed about whatever it is I'm talking about. I'm not me saying I work in the industry is not me saying I just finished working with Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all. Me saying I work in the industry is not me saying, well, I work at the Hollywood level, I make multi-million-dollar films, and I'm just the best filmmaker of all time. That's not what I'm saying. But that's what they want to think it is I'm saying, so they can kind of use that as a way to bring me down. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's not what I'm saying at all, right? So, those are some of the ones that I used to get called out for a lot. Very early on, not so much anymore, but very early on, I used to get a lot of people, trolls, calling me out in that way. And I used to be like, but that's, how are you taking that and equaling that? How does 5 + 5 equal 4,721 to you? Like, I don't understand how you're making that leap. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm simply saying that as somebody who spent 22 years in the entertainment industry, which is true, right? Because of that, I've learned this. And because of that, I've met these people, or because of that, I've had this experience. But because I work in the industry, I might have a certain level of knowledge or experience that the average person who never has doesn't have, right? So that's all that means. It just means, it's like, you saying, something like, well, listen, as somebody who has, ran 13 marathons, you're coming from a place of being informed. No one's saying you're fucking Usain Bolt. You're not saying you're Usain Bolt. You're not saying you've won, gold medals. You're not saying that, you know what I'm saying? You're saying that as somebody who's ran 13 marathons, I probably know a little bit about marathon running, right? That's all you're saying. And so that I've always found really funny, because I thought it was obvious. I thought it was kind of obvious why I say that, no, I'm not saying that I just finished working with Denis Villeneuve. I've never made a Hollywood movie in my life, ever. So I don't understand where those mental gymnastics, I have no idea. But hey, those are the trolls that they conveniently leave the nuance out in order to paint a picture of the kind of, what they believe the kind of personality you are, right? You know what I mean? And it's, it couldn't be further from the truth. But yes, as somebody who has spent 22 years working in the entertainment industry, there is a lot that I've learned, a lot that I mean, you never stop learning. You never do. But if you're in it long enough, and the entertainment industry, folks, it's voice acting, it's on camera acting, it's the music industry, right? It's the studio executive side, it's the film industry, it's the television industry, it's the entertainment industry. And if you work in it long enough, and if you have a certain level of success, which allows you to stay in it, because you wouldn't be working in it for a long time if you didn't achieve a certain level of, success, right? It affords you the opportunity to learn from different people and meet different people in different areas of the entertainment industry, right? So, I mean, I remember when there's so many people I've met that are not voice actors, that are musicians, or whatever the case is. And then, of course, I also come from a media family where my dad was one of Canada's top writers for many years. And, I've met politicians and sports athletes and had them over at my place for dinner. And I watch my dad on TV, and I would get into certain, so I've learned a lot through my father as well. So, yeah. So to anybody out there who thinks that that's what I mean, well, listen, I'm somebody that works in the industry. Oh, that means Dave saying that he's a professional Hollywood filmmaker who's just finished working with Steven Spielberg, and he's the best fucking thing since sliced bread. That's what Dave McCrae's saying right there. Did you hear what he just said? That's what he's saying. Look at that pompous, arrogant, egotistical blowhard who thinks he's the best thing in the fucking world. Unbelievable, this McCrae. No, that's not what I said. If that's what you want to think, okay, but that's not what I said. So there's that. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but that's the one that always perplexed me, because I thought it was obvious why I was doing that. And listen, you can Google me. My work speaks for itself, and I've been doing this a long time. And so, but no, I've never made a Hollywood movie. I don't mean it like that. Okay. I don't mean it like that. But there are a lot of people that will try to take you down and just don't, it's not that they don't like me. They just don't like the way that I come across, right? They think I'm arrogant or, whatever the case is. And sometimes that can happen. I just like to have fun and be theatrical and crazy and express myself in fun ways and funny ways and all that kind of stuff. But no, the vast majority of my experience in the entertainment industry has been in professional voiceover. I work at the highest levels in professional voiceover, and that is where the vast majority of my experience comes from when it comes to the entertainment industry. But like I said, when you're in it long enough, you meet all different kinds of people. And because I'm a movie guy and I also want to be a filmmaker, I naturally will push myself to learn more about that side of the industry as well, which is why I know some of the things I do. But I certainly do not claim to know everything. And I certainly do not mean I'm Hollywood, Mr. Hollywood, when I say something like that. That's not true. That's not true at all. But it's really funny. It's really funny when I see that. I'm like, what? Huh? How the fuck do you get that out of that? That's weird. But it could also be because they're extremely insecure, too. They're extremely insecure. Absolutely. Abso-frickin-lutely. Let me see here. But maybe one day I will make a Hollywood movie. That would be really cool. And maybe It's Me, Billy Chapter 2, to finish our little series here. Maybe this is the beginning of that, right? You never know. I mean, Bruce and I have ideas. We're really making a go at this, folks. We really are. Like I said, I've spent 22 years as a voice actor. Well, I started out as an on-camera actor for the first 2 years, and then I fell into the voiceover. But I went to film school, for those of you that don't know. I went to film school. But I dropped out. But I did learn a lot. So I've always wanted to be a filmmaker. I've always wanted to really make a go at it. And now in my 40s, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to really make a go at it, right? So you never know. Hey, a certain studio, which I won't say, but there was a studio that really liked what we did with Billy. So maybe they're going to like what we did with Billy too. Who knows? You never know. You never know. And you guys are along with me for the journey. It's incredible. It's great to have you guys. It's totally fucking awesome. It's totally awesome. But yeah, my personality is definitely an acquired taste for some. Sebastian says, Dave, you should put them on your hit list. Yeah, I should. I should have a hit list where, I put them on. Richie Rich says, you couldn't pay me to go to Hollywood. Yeah, well, that's another thing too, is that I think what they mean by Hollywood is just sort of like a level, right? You know what I'm saying? I think some people just for whatever reason, the way I speak, or maybe it's because I speak with confidence or what they think is arrogance, they think I'm somehow trying to say that I'm Mr. Know-it-all and I'm, I'm such a hot shot in the industry or something. It's like, that's not what I'm saying at all. What the fuck you talk? What the hell are you on? Are you really that insecure? Like, really? But yeah, no, nowadays, you're right. You don't have to live in Hollywood. Hollywood's just kind of seen as like a level, you know what I mean? Like you're making movies that are seen by the masses, whether that was theatrical back in the day, now it's streaming, Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Disney Plus, whatever the case is, right? If I can make a movie that gets on there, it's seen as I've reached a certain level, you know what I'm saying? And I would love that. I would love to have a movie that you guys could watch on Prime or Netflix or something. That would be awesome. That'd be really cool. But first things first, right? I'm stepping into this world on a serious level for the very first time. And there's lots of things I know, and there's lots of things I don't know that I'm still learning as well. So it's a great journey, and it's great to have you guys on board. Like I said. Super chat from Kenneth Holmes sends in $2. Says, keep being you, Dave. We all love you here. Appreciate it, Kenneth. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much. Oh, and somebody asked me too, when, because the new series that I'm doing called Lana Longbeard. Yeah, Lana Longbeard. It's about this little girl who's got like this pirate family or whatever, and they're like explorers and stuff. It's really cute. I was going to say cool, and I said it's really cool. It's really cool. They want to know when it was going to air. So with animation, obviously, I guess there's maybe instances where this doesn't happen, but in the world of animation, what generally happens is that the the voice actors will be recorded first. And then the animators will animate the lip flap to the dialogue. So we recorded the first 2 episodes of Lana Longbeard yesterday. I play Helmut Hugo, cute character. If you follow me on social media, you probably saw my post. It all depends on the turnaround. I mean, it is 2D. It's not 3D. It's 2D animation. It depends on how quickly they can turn the episodes around, how involved they are. Actually, do I have a... Hang on, let me bring up... while I'm on it, let me bring up a little... If you follow me on social media, excuse me, you probably already saw this, but let me bring up... this is so cute. So this is the image. This is great. 1 second here. This is the image of the characters of the show. Hang on a sec. For those of you that maybe haven't seen it or don't know what I'm talking about, there it is. So this is the new show. I'm the little guy upside down on his head with the helmet over his head on the far left there, on the bottom left. That's me. That's Helmut Hugo. That's who I play. Looks like a lot of fun, right? So we just started recording the episodes yesterday, season 1. And so they wanted to know, when is this going to be out? And I don't think it's going to be till 2024, because usually with animation, like I said, like 9 times out of 10, if not more than that, you record the dialogue first, then you animate to the lip flap. You don't do it the other way around. Unless you're dubbing, right? Like unless it's like for Fireman Sam, for example, that's a English-Welsh cartoon, right? And when it was brought over to North America, they wanted more of the North American accent. So they hired a bunch of Canadians. And, but I played in season, I actually took over for a voice actor who sadly passed away. His name was, oh God, I'm blanking on his name. Marsh. Anyway, he sadly passed away, and I took over for Gareth Griffiths and Fire Chief Boyce in season 10 and 11 and 12, I think, or something like that. Now that the animation was already done. So because we were just changing essentially the accent, I was actually reading from the script and watching the lip flap. That's just, the lips of the animated character, whether they're like this or ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, watching it, right? So when we say like ooh or round, you will see in animation, you'll often, especially in 2D animation, you'll see the lips go, to make it seem more believable, right? So with that, with Fireman Sam, it was dubbing, it was ADR. So we were actually doing it the other way, because obviously the animation was already done. But when it's from the ground up, when it's new, when it's like a new series, they record the voice actors first, and then they animate to the dialogue. So I don't think the show is going to be out till next year. I do know, like I said, in Canada at CBC, I'm pretty sure. In certain parts of Europe and South Africa, I think it's Warner Brothers Discovery has got the distribution. Where that's placed, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where in the States yet. So I will keep you guys posted. But it looks like a cute cartoon, man. And it's targeted to 7 to 10-year-olds or something like that. But no, it's fun. It looks fun. And the character, Helmut Hugo, is a blast. Anyways, I just wanted to say that because somebody had asked me, when is it going to air? Like, thinking that maybe it's going to be like next week or something. It's like, no. I think we're still a little ways away yet. But really, really good writing, great characters. The producer is really awesome. And yeah, just having a blast with it. So let me check the campaign. Have we crossed 133? Can we do it? Yay! Yes! Yes, ladies and gentlemen! Wrong one. There it is! 133,239! Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen! 1,111 backers! 111%! 111%! We are now less than 2,000 $100,000 away from 135,000. Absolutely incredible. 2 days left, less than 2 days, really, folks. I'm pretty sure it's 4 p.m. Eastern time on Friday is when this thing completes. When this thing completes, I'm pretty sure. Unbelievable. 133,239. Is it possible? I mean, we're not even at the 2 hour mark of the stream. Could we get to 134 tonight? Is that even possible to get to 134,000 tonight? Again, folks, this is the last campaign stream. This is the last one. This is it. This is it, folks. This is it. I mean, this is it. This is it. So I will not be doing a stream tomorrow because Bruce and I have a producers meeting tomorrow. I will not be doing a stream on Friday because that's the last day. That's when it ends. So, I mean, and I won't have time to do it. So incredible. So this is it, folks. Unbelievable. I love to see this. Let's see who this was here. Let's see who this was. Let me see. We've got quite a few people. We've got Hitman0314 picks up the end credits perk. Now, Hitman0314, just know, because I don't have your actual name, that Hitman0314 will be the name that goes into the end credits. So if you do not want your name to be Hitman0314, feel free to reach out to me, not necessarily right now, because we haven't even shot the movie yet, but when the movie goes into post-production, okay, early next year, feel free to DM me via social media. Let me know that you're Hitman0314 and you want it changed to Bob Johnson or, whatever the case is. Just so you know, because there's no way of me knowing your name, so the only way I can put you in the end credits is under Hitman0314. But if you're cool with Hitman0314, well, that's all right too. Evan Siren picked up the Dave McCrae autograph number 3. Oh yeah, that's the Jack Nicholson face. Love it. Thank you, Evan. Really appreciate that, man. And we got Ben Perucker. Is that how you say your last name? Benjamin Perucker. Maybe I'm a bit off on that. Thank you very much, Ben. Really appreciate that. Picked up the double blue. Amazing. Teresa, the tea, sweet tonight. Donated $60. Amazing. Thank you, Teresa. Really appreciate that. Jason, is it Lail? Lail? See, that's the voice actor in me, right? It's the phonetically sounding out the... That's what it is. Amazing. Thank you, Jason. Really appreciate that for picking up the double blue. Love it. Thank you so much. And Alan Pierce picked up the digital download. Thank you, Alan. Really appreciate that. So thank you to Alan, Jason, Teresa, Ben, and Evan for stepping it up and bringing us over $133,000. We are now sitting at, $133,239. Let's keep it going, folks. Let's go. Why not? We got to take advantage of it. If you've been sitting at home and you've been eyeing that t-shirt or eyeing that Blu-ray or the double blue or whatever the case is, or maybe that associate producer perk, I don't know. There's still 3 associate producer perks left. Ethan LeBlanc says, when it comes to animation, do you go back to see the finished product with your voice? Do you go back to see the finished product with your voice much or not really? Oh, I see what you're saying. Do I go back to watch it? Yeah, I do. I do watch it. You mean when it's done and it airs on TV or wherever, do I go back and watch it? I do. Yeah, because I want to see how it all turned out. Yeah, I do. I've yet to have, again, for those of you that may not know, so my... and maybe some of you won't find this interesting. Now, some of you probably already know this because you're loyal viewers. Some of you may not know this. But speaking of, my career. Yeah, so I've worked in voiceover, voice acting, for 18 years out of the 20. Yes, 18 years out of the 22 years I've been working in the industry. What do you mean? You're working with Martin Scorsese? No. But you know they're out there. But most of my voiceover career has been in commercial, promo, and trailer. So commercials are commercials, radio commercials, television commercials, online commercials, things like that, right? Whether, you're advertising the next iPhone, McDonald's, it's a product or service, right? Commercials are product and or services. So internet, restaurants, hotels, iPhones, car dealerships, whatever the case is, right? Those are commercials, radio and television. Now, promos, network promos, I've been the voice of 3 channels in my life. The first channel, hang on, I'm going to go off on a long tangent here. Anyway, network promos. I'll just try to be, more decisive about this. Network promos are what you hear when you watch television. Of course, TV's kind of on its way out now, but you'd watch like NBC or something, and then you would always hear the same voice advertising the content for NBC, right? Like, next on NBC, right? Tonight on NBC, things like that, right? That voice it's the same voice that you always hear for whatever it is they're advertising for the channel. That's the network promo voice for that channel, right? So, and it is usually only the voice of the channel that does the content for the channel. Do you follow me? So obviously there are commercials that play when you go to a commercial break, but the content of the network, whether it's the news, whether it's, tonight on CSI, whatever the case is, that usually will always be the network promo voice of the channel. So somebody is hired to be the voice of NBC, the voice of Fox, the voice of, and you can have affiliates as well. There's the national network, and then there's NBC local affiliates and all that kind of stuff too, right? It can get very complicated. So those are network promos, right? And then of course there are trailers, movie trailers or movie promos. And so I've also done a bunch of those. The very first movie trailer I ever did was for The Descent from 2005. I did a 30-second spot for It Chapter 1, as you guys know. I've done stuff for Angels and Demons and The Crazies and Inside Out and Lego Batman and all that kind of stuff. Big Hero 6. So I've done a lot of movie promos. So for the vast majority of my life, that's where I worked, was in the commercial promo trailer side. That was my portfolio in that is very thick, right? But about 5 or 6 years ago, I really wanted to start doing more animation. I'd done little bits here and there, but because I'm so good at characters and creating characters and that kind of stuff and voices and all that, although it's not about your voice, I really wanted to make a go, like what I'm doing with my filmmaking, right? With It's Me, Billy, chapter 1 and 2, that kind of stuff, right? Is what I wanted to do with animation as well. I mean, I still am doing all, the commercial, the promo, all that kind of stuff too, but I wanted to do more animation. So, I signed with Jude Foster of Foster Talent in Toronto. Shout out to Jude. She's amazing. And I've been doing more animation through her. And so that's where I got like things like Doki and Fireman Sam and, Luna Chip and Inky and Where Oliver Fits. And now, of course, Lana Longbeard, right? And so it's great because I'm starting to build that side of my portfolio up as well. So, yeah, it's because I really wanted to I want to really tackle the filmmaking side. I really wanted to tackle that side as well. So that's what I'm doing with the animation side now, and it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. I think I've even gotten better, which is fantastic, and I get to work with some of the top animation casting directors in the business, like Susan Hart, Dee Shipley, I mean, fantastic people. And so, and great directors. And so, it's been a lot of fun. And, yeah, I forget where I was going with that. Oh yeah, come to animation, you see your finished product. There we go. Right. So, see, going off on a tangent again, Ethan, that's what I'm saying. So, yes, I do go back because I like to see how it all comes together and to see the character. Because obviously when I'm performing, I'm not seeing the character. I'm just concentrating on the performance and the character and the nuances of that performance. And then to see my voice with the character when the animation is done is a lot of fun, and it's great. And I get a real kick out of it. So yes, I will go back and watch, not for vanity reasons, but just to see it. I'm just like, I want to see how it all turned out, and like any actor, you are always your own worst critic. You're always like, oh, maybe I should have done that. Oh, maybe I should, that happens too, right? All actors are like that. So it's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun to be able to kind of start to build that side of my portfolio up as well. So, it's been great. So far, so good. Yeah. Rest in peace, Marsh. Yeah. His name was, the fuck was his name? Fireman Sam. I'm actually going to put my name in there because it comes up here we go. Oh, I think it was Joe Marsh. Yep. No, Joe Marth. Excuse me. Joe Marth. Fuck off. I'm an adult. Joe Marth. I did not add this. This is firemansam.fandom.com. And I didn't add this, but somebody must have. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a fan of Fireman Sam. Says Dave McCrae is a Canadian voiceover artist. He took over for Gareth Griffiths in Department Feature 4, starting with Series 10 after the death of Joe Marth. That's his name. Yeah. I never met Joe, but 2015. It's been that long now. Holy shit. I never met Joe, but I knew a few people that did, and said he was a really nice guy, really talented, but he was a bigger guy. So not that skinny people can't have heart attacks, but he was a bigger guy, and he sadly died of a heart attack. So, but Marth, Joe Marth. I knew it was something like that. Okay, where are you guys here? Going back. Atrocitus, hopefully I've got that right, sends in $5, says, most people hate hearing the sound of their own voice. That is true. How did you get over that? Or did you never have that problem? Also, you missed the bulk of my first super chat. Oh, did I? It's probably because I got off on a tangent, dude. Don't worry, I will go back and check it out. Okay, so I'll keep this short. Yes, you are correct that people who are not used to hearing the sound of their own voice from an objective point of view, it can be very jarring for them. I actually never had that. And the reason I never had that was because from a very young age, I was always recording myself on audio tape. I loved it. I loved doing skits and funny voices and all that kind of stuff. And I used to borrow my mother's boombox, and I would have an audio tape and I would just record myself. And I did it right from the time I was like 6 or 7 years old, right up until I was in college. So I actually heard my voice change throughout the years. And I was listening to my voice objectively all the time, doing funny voices and characters in my own voice and pretending I was on the radio and having a second, boombox that played the music. And I was like, and we'll be back right after this on, Q107, which is a rock station here in Toronto. And I would hit the music and all that. I mean, I was always doing that. So it's not like one day I just decided to be a voice actor. Oh, you know what? I think I'm just going to go do that. And I've never heard my voice before. I was on the college radio station. I was the voice of the college radio station. I did all the station IDs and the bumpers and all that kind of stuff. And of course, my dad had a radio show, and I used to go on, so I'm very comfortable with hearing my own voice, and being a broadcaster, that kind of thing. Very comfortable just because of the experience. So I knew that I went to college, wanted to be a filmmaker, wasn't really working. I dropped out. I started to pursue on-camera acting. landed some commercials, some bit parts and some docudramas and things like that. And then I went into the voiceover side. So yeah. And I missed the bulk of your first super chat. Let's see here. And my apologies for that, by the way. My apologies. Let me see. Congrats, Dave. Hope IMDb takes you to the stratosphere. Knowing you're not a big comic book fan, you're right. I missed all of it. If you were asked to do any of your choice, who would you pick? Why and how would you approach it? Again, the how I would approach it, I don't know. I don't know because I'm just being asked this now, right? So I haven't really had time to think about it. But I would say that I would like to do, I'm only familiar with like Superman, Batman, or Spider-Man. That's really it. Because I'm not a comic book fan, I don't have any familiarity or any sort of knowledge of these auxiliary, players like Black Adam and even Iron Man or like Green Lantern. I don't know. I would love to tackle maybe a Superman movie. I think that would be kind of fun. Hope, justice, in the American way. But yeah, maybe a Superman film, something like that. And I have a feeling, I'll tell you, I have a feeling I would probably approach it in a similar way that James Gunn is approaching his right now. Going a little bit more back to that Christopher Reeves kind of vibe is, I think, how it's going to be done. But brought into the 21st century, brought into sort of a modern audience, so it's not quite as cheesy, but I think Superman Legacy will have more of that Donner vibe than it does the Snyder vibe. I think that's just very clear. So I, to be honest, I would probably handle it in a similar fashion. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Kenneth Holmes sends in $2. Oh, I already got that. Michael Dammit sends in $5. Says, Dave, I just looked up your father and came across his Wikipedia page. Please explain the nickname, the four-eyed lippy little shin kicker. I don't know for sure. But I would say that my dad was a very controversial writer. And when I say controversial, I mean the sense that he could make you cry one day and tick you off the next. He was free to write. He wrote how he see. My dad would probably be canceled today if he was writing. Not because he was, saying like, racist things or anything like that. He just wasn't afraid to go there. He wasn't afraid to call dog shit out when he sees it. You can kind of tell where I get it from. And so my dad, but was a beautiful writer, has won all sorts of awards, as you can see on the page. But I think the four-eyed, because my dad wore glasses, right? Four eyes, right? You know what I mean? Lippy, right? He was a talker like me, right? Little shin kicker. Shin kicker maybe is from, to kick people in the shin. It hurts. Maybe when he talks, it hurts when I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. It's not like it was, a common nickname throughout our household or something like that. I guess it was probably something that somebody said to him one time that he repeated a couple of times that he just liked. It wasn't like, his I can tell you it wasn't his main nickname or something like that. But yeah, he was a beautiful writer, and yeah, I miss him a lot. I wish he was here. I wish he was here to see. I would have had him on the channel, 100%. I would have had him on the channel. We would have shot the shit. He would have loved it. We wanted to talk to you guys. He would have loved this. He would have loved, because he died in 2011, right? Really before any of this kind of stuff really took off. Yes, YouTube existed. I believe you could live stream in 2011 too. But it was really a few years before this kind of shit, the shows, the podcasts, the streaming, all the stuff really took off. I think my dad would have had his own show. I really do. 100%. He would have had his own show. 100%. And I could totally see me helping him with it. 100%. Maybe even producing it for him. 100%. Yeah, I could see that for sure. So it's too bad that he passed before. Well, it was a rough year. Both my mom and dad passed that year. So there's so many things that have happened since then that I would love to have shared with them, like my 4 Voice Arts Award nominations, right? I mean, that's huge, you know, but unfortunately it happened after, you know, they passed, and just all this stuff, like you guys and the channel and It's Me, Billy, and you know, I mean, just so much that's happened in my life and career and all that kind of stuff that I would love to share with them. But yeah, the 4-eyed lippy little shin kicker. It's quite the nickname. Quite the nickname. Evan Siren, there's Evan Siren, a great supporter of the channel, sends in $5, says, had to pick up that Dave McTorrance. Ooh, Dave McTorrance. I like that. Dave McTorrance. I'm digging it. Okay, I got that one. Yes. JD is LA sends in $5, says Hitman 0314 is Ryan McKinney. Love the channel, Dave. You rule, brother. Okay, so that's you then. That's you. Okay, so send, because I'm going to forget. When the new year rolls around, I'll probably make like a post. Be like, okay, anybody who signed up with Billy Bob 36 and what, send me a DM now. You know what I'm saying? So just kind of keep that in the back of your head that once the movie is done and we roll into post-production and we're moving towards actually doing the credits, then that's why I would definitely need to have them. But yeah, Ryan McKinney, we'll get it in there. We will get it in there. Taking a refresh here, 1,000. Okay, so we're still sitting at 1,111. Folks, is it possible to get as close to 134? Can we do it? I know some people have checked out of the chat room. We were at like 140, and then I started talking about voiceover in my career, and people started to nod off and check out. And I get it. I totally get it. I understand it. You're not here for that, Dave. We're not here for that shit. We're here for horror and Halloween, man. We're here for horror. We don't give a frog's fucking fat ass about your goddamn Lana Longbeard, dude. We just want to hear about horror. And I mean, I get it. I totally get it. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to keep you guys up to date with what I'm doing. Sweet Tea, the tea is sweet, sends in $5, says, congratulations, Dave. I got to leave, my friends. I know I'm going to have a big box of perks for next year for sure. You definitely will, Sweet Tea. And thank you again so much for your generous contributions through the way of perks and donations. Really, really appreciate that very much. You've stepped up, and it means a whole lot. It means a whole lot. It means a whole lot. Thank you very, very, very much. Ethan LeBlanc says, did y'all hit any difficulties getting the location again for It's Me, Billy 2, or were the owners cool from the start? No, the owners are fantastic. It's a gentleman by the name of John, and he is, he's awesome. He's totally awesome. And he said, like, a lot of movies are shot there. A lot of movies are shot at this house, as I'm sure you can imagine. And he said to me in an email, he said, out of all the movies that have been shot there, now he's only been there for a few years, but he's seen the movies that have been shot there. He said, out of all the movies that have been shot there, It's Me, Billy, Chapter 1 showcased our house the best. Just, you know, the sweeping landscapes and, you know, the drone shots and all that kind of stuff. Just was really beautiful. You know, and that was a nice compliment. So he's very excited to have us back, obviously. And we will get the run of the, I mean, obviously we have to pay for this. It's not free, of course. But we will get the run of the house again for a week because him and his wife and his children will move out of the house for a week, go get a hotel, and leave us there to have the run of the house, which is great. And it's great because that first time we built that trust, right? Nothing was broken. You know, the house looked great. We cleaned up after ourselves. We vacuumed. You know what I mean? We left the house looking nice. And that builds trust. It builds that rapport. And that's incredibly important because we knew that there was a chance that we were going to come back. And so when you build that level of trust, that's so important. And now, I mean, you know, even if we wanted to shoot at that house again, you know, I don't know, 5 years down the road or something, if he's still there, you know, and I don't know, we got some other movie we want to shoot there, he's probably going to be like, hey, yeah, let's do it, you know, because we've built that rapport and that trust. So that's really, really important. So yeah, no, he was totally game, really, really nice guy. And we're looking forward to it. Lee the Machine Bauer says, it was good seeing Michael Keaton back as Batman in The Flash. It sucks the movie flopped. Yeah, I'm surprised the movie. Well, I guess it could be the Ezra Miller stuff, right? It could be all the Ezra Miller stuff and the stuff happening with that. That could be the situation there. I could see that. But it is too bad. It is too bad. I'm sure it surprised probably quite a few people, like, wow, it's really fucking holy shit. Yeah, it is too bad. It is too bad. Let me see. Oh, hang on. Have we gone up a little bit? I think we might have gone up a little bit. Let me just see here. I'm refreshing the page. We might have gone up. We have. It was Josh McKenna who donated $10. Thank you, Josh. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Again, every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Now, do I think is it possible? Does the chat room think? Now, again, the chat room is dropping off here like gangbusters because they're like, we're kind of checking out. We don't give a fuck about this chat room anymore. Fucking goddamn fuck. So because people are dropping off, it might not be possible to get to 134 tonight, and that's okay, and that's fine. I mean, we got to 132, which was the lower end of where I wanted to get. That's fine. That's cool. I was hoping to get to 134 and only be 1,000 away from 135, but this is good. We're sitting at 133,239, 111%. What's 112%? Let's check that out. Let's check out what 112% is. Hang on a sec here. I'm just curious. So 112%. Okay, so yeah, we're still a little ways away from 112%. We're about $1,100, $1,200 away from 112%, which would be 134,400, which would be great to get to, by the way. But probably, yeah, but hey, listen, in all sincerity, I'm happy with this. This is fantastic. 133,239, 1,112 backers, 2 days to go. 2 days to go, folks. 2 days to go. Have I got all the super chats? I just want to make sure that I have. Let me see. Have I got them all? JDLA sends it to, says, correction, Ryan Kinney. I'm sorry, typo. Ryan Kinney, not Ryan McKinney. Okay, Ryan Kinney. Okay, hey, fair enough. No worries at all, Ryan. Just, send that me in a DM like, at the beginning of the new year or something like that. Got that. I love that. Dave McTorrance. I love it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Gotta get one last McDonald's in there. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yes. Okay. I'm pretty sure I've got all the super chats. I'm pretty sure I do. I don't think I'm missing any. Nobody said anything. Hang on a sec here. I'm just checking something. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Hang on a sec here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure I've got it all. Okay. Scrolling down. Aaron Click. Great to see Aaron Click here. Nice to see Aaron here. We are... it's 49. Excuse me. Went up to 49. 1,112. Or was it like that before? Did I refresh too late? I might have refreshed too late. I can't remember. Maybe. Warren Armour, one more time. Salwayne's nice as Dave. I think a full 2 months would be Saturday at 4 p.m. So you might have an extra day. You may be right. Maybe it is Saturday at 4 p.m. You may be right. Yeah, you may be right. Maybe they do count the 0, but then that would mean that, or unless it goes to hours, maybe it goes to hours. Maybe it'll change from 2 days to 1 day to hours, like 16 hours, 5 hours, 1 hour. Maybe that's what it does. So you might be right, Salwayne. Maybe it is until July 1st. Yeah, you know what? I think you're probably right. You are probably right. You are probably right. Well, I mean, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. So you're probably right. Chester Franklin Jr. says, Dave, what is your favorite moment in Halloween 3 that stay in the memory forever? I love the opening credits and theme. Great music scoring, Carpenter, John Howard. I would say the kid getting his brain and his head smushed when he puts on the pumpkin and he falls to the ground and all the creatures start, just, seeping out everywhere and all that kind of stuff. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. All right. We're at 2 hours and 9 minutes. 2 hours and 9 minutes. Chat room has slowed down. Viewership has slowed down. So I'll hang around for a little bit longer. But if we start to slow down a little bit more, then I will call the stream. But still, 2 hours, 133,249, 1,112 backers. Absolutely incredible. 111%. I mean, again, to be $13,000 above where we need to be is good. Is good and very happy with that. So that's good. Kyle Buckley sends in $5. Thank you, Kyle. Says, yo, Dave, Buckley is in the house. Give us a drunk Dr. Loomis impression. You're hilarious, brother. Well, it's just something like this. Boom, bam, bam, bam. Fucking Michael Myers in his cheap suit and I watched him for 15 years, sitting in a room, staring at a wall, not seeing the wall, looking past the wall, waiting for this night, inhumanly patient. It was probably naked, running up and down the street, feeling his backside and side of an ass. There you go. A big woman, a big fat woman, is that what's going on? A big, gigantic, fat lady? I have a video on my channel that is me being drunk Loomis. And I think it's me like reciting, it's something like just YouTube Dave Drunk Loomis lines or something like that, or Dave Drunk Loomis, something like that. It's funny. Actually, there might be more than one. I'm not 100% sure, but there might be more than one. Scared Straight Production says, Dave, you remember the crazy Loomis episode with the machine gun 6,000 times? I do. That, I think that was that a McCrae Live, or was that I think that was just a video that I uploaded. Yes, there's that one, but wasn't there another one where I was talking about like helicopters came? I think there was a couple of them. Because there's one where like Jamie was just getting annihilated and completely shot and obliterated. And it was something like that. Yeah, it was something like that. Something like that. Rob Lucas says, you can't call the stream. You're stuck with us forever. No, I gotta call the stream when the purpose of the stream starts to kind of die out a little bit, right? Then it's like, okay, you know what? I think we've kind of hit the ceiling. People are starting to check out. People are kind of, maybe there's somebody else that's on and they want to check what they're saying. And you know what I mean? Things start to slow down and right? When you got to exit and when you got to do, right? Because the purpose of these streams have been to create hype, create awareness, raise funds, raise money. And we've been very successful at that. And we've done that. We've absolutely done that. We've been very successful at it. And look where we are, 133,249. Absolutely incredible, and it means so much with 2 days left in the campaign. And Salwayne's Night, I believe it was you, maybe it was Evil Monsterism, I can't remember now. But you were right when you said that I think 4 or 2 months will be Saturday at 4. So you're right. It may go to Saturday. And then when it gets to Friday at 4, there's an hour countdown. That's probably what it is. I probably goofed on that, but whatever. Kyle Buckley says, hey, Dave, did you get my super chat? I did. I just got your super chat doing the drunk Loomis. Josh Lott, one of our great co-producers and amazing contributors here on the channel, says, Dave, sorry I made no donations. Say, no donations? You don't have to. Sorry. Are you kidding me, man? The amount of donations and contributions you've made, you definitely do not need to be sorry. I bought some gold and silver, but I do give a frog's fat ass, so I'll pick up at least one more perk. Except for otters crossing the street, these streams are highlights of the summer. Dude, you don't have to pick up anything. You have been an incredible contributor. You're a co-producer, for goodness sake, so you've dropped that bomb. And you've picked up so many perks along the way. I mean, you've spent a good chunk of change on this campaign, Josh, and so no apologies necessary. Your commitment and belief in the project and in us is fantastic. So it really, really means a lot. Really means a lot, and we really appreciate it. We really appreciate it very, very much. So, all right. So there's that super chat. I don't believe I've missed any others. I don't think so anyway. We're coming up now to, where are we at? 2 hours and 15 minutes. That might be a good spot there to call the stream. I'm starting to see the chat slow down a little bit. People are starting to check out. We were at 140. We're now hovering around the 100. So people are kind of like, we're kind of doing that. But hey, Michael the Shape, wow, Dave, 133K, this is better and amazing. It's me, Billy Sequel. It's true, it's there, 133K. We were at 130.03, so we've actually raised about $3,200 during this stream with 2 days left. That's fantastic. That's really good. Would love to get this to 135 before the end of the campaign. And I think that's entirely possible, but you never know. You never, ever know. But nonetheless, even if the campaign was to end right now, right this second, 133,249 is a great spot, to be. A great spot to be. Really, really great spot to be, for sure. For sure. Warren Armour says, see you tomorrow, Dave. See me tomorrow? I'm not live tomorrow, so I don't know what's going on, but see you around, maybe? Evil Monster says, talking to Rob. Warren Armour says, sell some It's Me Billy 3. No, there will not be an It's Me Billy 3. No It's Me Billy 3, no spin-offs, nothing like that. This will conclude the story. This is the last fan film I will do. The next for us after this is to now take what we've done here, use that as the stepping stone, and now make a feature that would be original IP through and through, and we'll see where we land. And probably something that also wouldn't be crowdfunded either. This would be something that we would partner with another production company or, something like that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Rob Lucas says, hey, Dave, I know you like Chris Stuckman. I don't know a lot about him, but I watch him from time to time. And I do like him. Yeah, no, I do. I hear his movie is in the final stages. Shelby Oaks, can't wait to see how it turns out. It is. Yeah, he raised a ton. But then again, he's got like 2.5 million subscribers. So, he raised over $1 million for his budget. And it's his directorial debut. And I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. I hope it's a success. I hope it turns out really well. I really do. I really, really do. All right. Okay, 217. That's where we are. We're at 1,112, 133, 249. All right, folks, listen. That is going to do it for the final stream, the final campaign stream here, the final crowdfunding campaign stream for It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2. I want to thank each and every one of you that has stepped up, that has donated to the campaign, that has contributed either through just donations or through perks or whatever the case is. You got us here. You got us to 133,249. Absolutely incredible. There's still 2 days left in the campaign, which means I think it's entirely possible that this could be at 135 before the end of the campaign, but even if we don't raise much more now in the next 2 days, this is still a really good spot to be. It's still a really good spot to be. It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 will officially go into pre-production this Saturday on July the 1st, even though we've been working, behind the scenes, doing some things as well. But officially, it is in pre-production as of July the 1st. I want to thank each and every one of you that have been on this journey with me through these live streams. I know there's been a lot of them. This is the 24th crowdfunding live stream. This is the 24th crowdfunding live stream. So I appreciate your patience through all of this. It's meant the world to me. Again, I know that not all my viewers care about this. I get it. I understand it. But thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking with us and sticking this out, because this project means a lot to me. It does mean a lot to a lot of people. And we did it. We did it. So the aggressive, crowdfunding, marketing, promotional campaign that we took on here over the last 2 months, it worked. It worked. And so we did it. We did it. So thank you for everybody who has tuned in. Oh, hang on a sec. Western Ram is saying, refresh, Dave. Oh, here we go. Here we go. What's happening? What's happening? Oh! Oh! 133,750. Somebody is trying to keep me on. Somebody is this might be Lee the Machine Bowers. I don't know. I have no idea that Lee sometimes, he's a Terminator. I mean, we could have called him Lee the Terminator Bowers if it's him. I'm not sure. Folks, now we're $250 away from 134,000. Oh my goodness. Let me just see who this was here. I was wrapping up, and I was okay to wrap up. I'm fine. Things are good. It is Lee the Machine Bowers, ladies and gentlemen, has just donated $501. Lee, I don't know. He's got no kidneys. He's sold his children. He's remortgaged his house. He's robbed 36 banks. He's visiting the casino playing blackjack every Thursday to try and make up for this. It is, he's a machine. He's absolutely incredible. Lee, again, thank you so much. That is unbelievable. The level of commitment and financial contributions that you have contributed here is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Again, $250 away now from 134, which means we're only 1,000 away from 135, only 6 away from 140, which, if there's an executive producer out there just waiting to chomp at the bit, if they were to come through right now, we'd be over 140,000 and we'll have met our stretch goal. Holy shit. Whoever would have thought 2 months ago, before I started this long campaign, that we would have been here right now? I wanted to get there, but first things first, right? We got to get to our production budget, right? We got to make that first. And if we raise that, then we can, entertain the stretch goal. Well, we did, thanks to all of you. And now we're entertaining the stretch goal and we're well into it. Jesus, with 2 days to go. With 2 days to go, holy shit. If this thing crosses 134, I'm going to have I'm going to do the thing that I do. But absolutely incredible. Danita Brown says, congrats, Dave and Bruce and the McCrazies. This is fantastic. It is. It is fantastic. It gives me such, I don't know. What is there to say that hasn't already been said? Do you know what I mean? Like what is there to say that hasn't already been said? It's just so cool to see a community of people that I've never met stepping up, and giving us this opportunity, an opportunity for me to fulfill a dream that I have, right? Like I said, I've had a great career as a voice actor. I'm not giving it up by any stretch of the imagination. But there's always been that dream to really give it a go as a filmmaker, right? And see what I can do. Doesn't mean you're going to be successful, but you never know unless you try. And you guys are you guys are giving not just me. I mean, Bruce as well. He's worked for 20 years in the entertainment industry on another side of on the film rental education and training side, and the film gear rental education training side. And, you're giving this gift to him too. I mean, we want to make movies. If Bruce and I could get paid to make movies for the rest of our lives, we would do it. That's what we would love to do, and you guys are just helping this project. You're helping to make this project you've made this project a reality. You're continuing to do that. You're helping our dream. You're a part of it. You are a part of it. And it's just, again, I know I sound like a broken record and I'm beating a dead horse here, but it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's like, wow, it truly is humbling and awesome. Truly is humbling and awesome. Oh, no. Hang on a sec. People are saying refresh again. What is going on? What is going on? There it is! $134,005! 1,115 backers! 111%! 2 days left in the campaign! Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen! What is going on? What is happening? Hey, Gavin! Hey, Gavin! What is going on? It's unbelievable! Unbelievable! What is happening? 134,005 Canadian Billy Bucks. All those people that tuned out when I started talking about my voiceover career, where are you now? Why did you leave? You missed out. Dave's talking voiceover. I'm checking out. No, I get it. No hard feelings if that's why some people tuned out. I get it. I totally get it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow. 134,000. Holy snapping crap. And because it's 134,005, we are now less than $1,000 away. We're $995 away from 135. It's entirely possible that over the next 2 days, we could get to 135. 140, I think for us to get to 140 by the end of the 2 days, it'll take a nuclear bomb, I think. I don't see us getting to 140, but I think 135 is possible. It all depends, right? There have been days where when I'm not streaming, we'll only raise $150. But then there have been a couple of days where I'm not streaming and we raise $1,200 or $1,500. So, it's entirely possible we could get to 135 before the end. But yeah, truly, 134,005. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Aaron Click says, this is a good question. Aaron says, Dave, around what range did the campaign stall the most, and did you get a little worried? You know what, Aaron? To be totally honest with you, dude, the campaign never really stalled. Now, when you look at chapter 1 and its graph, and I can still I should probably show that. It did stall. There was a lull. But of course, we didn't have to raise as much. And we raised 50% of our budget on chapter 1 in the first 5 days. So with chapter 2, the reason why I've been doing these streams so much is because of how much we needed to raise. And I knew that I needed to keep my foot on the gas when we hit that lull. So when we were in the lull, which was I would say the lull was probably from May 20th through June 10th, somewhere in there, those 3 weeks, we still did very well because I was doing those streams. So there really wasn't a point. I think when we were, I'd have to go back and check, but I talked about this earlier. One of our executive producers, CM, that was a turning point when he came in and dropped that bomb and took us from about 82,000 to 90,000. That was a turning point because I was averaging it out at that time. And I knew that if I kept making even $10,000 a week, we were going to come up short. We were going to come up to like 100 and maybe 10,000 or 105,000. And with his contribution, for whatever reason, it just ignited new life into the campaign. And before we knew it, we were at 100. Before we knew it, we were at 110. And so, yeah, so maybe in and around the 75 to 80,000, the 70 to 80,000 mark, I felt a little bit of a slowdown. And maybe I was like, maybe we're going to have to run another campaign. But then look what happened. I mean, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Holy shit. 134,005. 1,115 backers. That's a great spot to leave it right there, folks. That's a great spot to leave it. Lee the Machine Bowers. Dave, I wonder who got it. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Lee. I got a... Was it not Lee? Or was he just being coy? Maybe Lee's being coy. Yeah, he's being coy. He's being coy. He's being coy. Michael Burgess donated $5. Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate that, man. Every little bit helps, dude. Every little bit helps. And Lee Bowers topped it up with 250. Another 250 Billy bucks from Lee Bowers. Thank you so much, Lee the Machine Bowers. Lee, again, really appreciate that, dude. You've got us over the hump again here today. And yeah, my minimum today was I wanted to get to 132. We got to 134. So really excited about this. Really great to see this. Just amazing. Thank you for all the... Again, thank you for all the super chats that came in today. Really appreciate that as well. And look at that. We're at 2.5 hours. That's a perfect spot. That's a perfect spot. We're at 2.5 hours. Thank you to all the super chat questions came in today. Really appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you to everybody out there who has endured this, who maybe doesn't quite care about this. Appreciate your patience as well. We will get back to more regular, normal stuff on the channel next month. Again, I will always talk about Billy, of course, and update people, but these types of streams will now take a back seat. Appreciate it. Thank you to all the super chat questions that came in today. And thank you to my great moderators, Frank Riker, Tabitha Short, Darren Sands, Chris Baber, Cody Snyder, and Andrew Stevens. Thank you again as well. Really appreciate that. Too. And thank you to everybody out there that has donated to the campaign. And remember, there's still 2 days left. There's still 2 days left. Maybe you want to get in on it now. Drop a bomb. I don't know. There's still 2 days left. Thanks, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And yeah, I will be back soon. I'll be back soon. And next week... Yeah, well, I'll be, next week I'm in, well, not next week, next Friday I'll be in Phoenix at Mad Monster, but I will be back soon and I will let you guys know when Two Dudes will be making a return as well. So appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much. You're all amazing. If you're not following me on social media, you gotta follow me on social media. There they are right there, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Make sure you're following me for any updates and all that kind of stuff, but you guys are already following me anyway, most of you, and you will get the updates when I share them. So have a great rest of your Wednesday, folks, and I will talk to you all very, very, very soon. All right, folks, have a great night. Cheers.